What's going on, guys? More smoke from It's a Guy thing here. I'm bringing another video to you today. I'm going to try to make this kind of quick. First and foremost, I want to highlight a Terrapin Recreational Ale. This is a low-cal IPA. Now, I do not know what the calories are in this, but it is lower out. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Hold on. It's 99 calories. It says recreational ale, and it's funny. It's recreation ale, not recreational ale. It's recreation ale. But when you say it together, it's recreation ale. I see what you did there. This is actually a redesign. It actually used to look different. I used to buy this and drink it all the time, because it was like $17 for a 15 pack. So typically that would be my Saturday night. Like, I would just pick up a 15 pack Terrapin RecreationAle, and that'd be my night. So with that, I wanted to introduce the beer first before we got into the topic that I want to talk about. The weather is getting more and more beautiful and more nicer as we go along. So a lot of us are going outside. Most of us are going outside. If not all of us are going outside. Yeah. Let me take a quick sip of this real quick. That's a good beer. That is a really good beer. So I just want to talk for a moment, especially those of us that have kids, that have children, because no matter what happens in my entire life, I'm always a dad first. And that has its pros and its cons. Case in point, my son, now that we're going outside a little bit more because it's not so cold, I'll be honest, I'm not a winter guy. When it's cold outside, I like to stay the hell inside where it's warm. I don't like being cold. But now, now I love being outside. So now that the weather's nice, me and him is constantly going outside. And with him playing outside comes its own set of challenges. But anything can happen. And the reason why I bring this up is because I want to say a couple of weeks ago, we were fishing, and I don't know what he was doing, but he fell off a cliff. Kind of fucked him up a little bit, too. He had a big ass knot on his forehead, damn elbows bleeding and shit. And my wife was there. And I was actually I had some distance on me. And I heard the pfft. So I look over, because I'm fishing. I look over, and by the time I look over, my wife's already in the way. So I can't even see him. And she's just like, oh, doing her whole thing. And I'm like, what happened? And she hollers, oh, he fell off the cliff. I'm like, what? So I set my rod down, and I go over there to check him out and everything, and yeah, he was busted up pretty bad. Nothing he couldn't walk off though. Now fast forward to last week. This kid thought it would be a great idea. It does happen at his daycare. They were actually inside, but the whole point and the whole gist still kind of like comes in to the same thing that I'm trying to talk about. He decided to climb this shelf, and he kept getting in trouble about it. I think they sent him to the corner and stuff, and he tried it again, another attempt, and the story that we got was that he fell. Anyway, to cut all the confusing bullshit out, He was up high on a shelf, and when he was no longer high on the shelf, his fucking mouth was busted. Like, bad. Like, really fucking bad. And, we got him, and I was looking at him. He looked kind of fucked up. I know he fucked up, like, his tooth right here, and I think we're more worried about, like, damage on the permanent side of it. We actually have an appointment tomorrow for his dentist, and fucked him up really bad. He was horrible to look at. Like, every time I just looked at him, I just wanted to cry. My wife ended up taking him to the doctor, and I told her, I was like, well, make sure you take a copy of the incident report, because anytime something happens at the daycare or your school, when you pick your kid up, you're gonna have to sign an incident report. Oh, I didn't ask for a copy of that. We live in a society where boys are still gonna be boys, and they're gonna get fucked up. But when something like this happens, especially like in the face or the mouth, when it's a violent injury like this, make sure you take a copy of the incident report. I understand why doctors and everything is going to immediately look at the parents, because we have a lot of pieces of shit out there. We do. And, I believe that is necessary. That's the only way to stop some of these pieces of shit. So I'm not gonna hate on the protocol, because I understand it, and I am in favor for it. But you guys that are not pieces of shit, when with going outside playing, there's gonna be new dangers, and make sure you just document everything. Like, you got to make sure that everything is documented to keep. You're not going to be able to keep your kids safe. They're kids. They're curious. They want to get out there. They want to explore. Ultimately, man, they just want to have fucking fun. That's it. I don't fuck with my son too much, while he's playing outside. Recently, he's super like excited about walking nature trails. He loves it. He loves hiking. I love hiking. Let's keep on going, brother. He's still too young, though, to understand the dangers of walking out in the woods. I mean, now, it's not dangerous for us. We're adults. Kids, they know nothing. So, I try to let them know, hey, man, just stay, like, within, a 3 to 4 foot perimeter of me. And don't go over there in them leaves. This area is really bad about copperheads. And you'll see copperheads all day, every day, especially here in the summer months now. Last thing I want is his ass getting bit by one. And sometimes when he wants to break away from me, I got to kind of raise my voice at him. But, yeah, man, just make sure that you guys can do. And, you don't want to be a helicopter parent. You don't. I don't want to be a helicopter parent. And that's one of the reasons why I try not to fuck with him. And going into one of the biggest cons of parenting, you want them to learn from their mistakes. But at the same time, when they get hurt, we have this penchant to where we want to overreact. Like, my wife is worse about it than me. I can get pretty fucking bad, though. When she had sent me a picture of what he looked like the next day after he busted his fucking mouth open. And he looked like a chimpanzee. I've always called him my little monkey, because he's always kind of looked like a monkey. But this one was like straight up Diddy Kong. And he either looked like Diddy Kong, or he looked like a UFC fighter that got his fucking ass beat in the ring, but still won the match by unanimous decision. Like, it was pitiful. I wanted to just like leave because I was at work. I wanted to leave and go home just so I could cuddle him and tell him everything was going to be okay. But see, we can't do that. We can't neglect parts of our life because we want to do this. But it sucks, man. Like it. They got to grow up to be tough. They got to grow up to be tough, especially little boys. Maybe if I had a daughter, I would probably think differently. And I'm sure some of you with daughters can agree with that. I can probably see, like, especially if you guys are anything like me, you guys are pretty tough. We want our boys to grow up tough. We still want our daughters to grow up tough too. We do want our daughters to grow up tough. And because, again, like, there's a lot of pieces of shit in this world. And, man, dad life puts everything into a crazy perspective for us. So that's going to be my rant for today. Just to go through the cliff notes, just going through the list. Be sure to take your kids outside, have a whole lot of fun, let them play. Don't fuck around with them too much. If they get hurt, just pay attention to how they got hurt. That's like the biggest thing. Ultimately, my son ended up telling me the truth because he was still scared of getting in trouble from climbing on the shelf after he had gotten in trouble about climbing on the shelf at school for it. But I told him, I said, dude, you're not going to be in any trouble. Look at your face. You got your fucking mouth busted open. That's punishment enough. I'm not gonna do anything else. So just tell me what happened. And ultimately, he told me that he jumped. He didn't fall. He jumped, and he hit his face on the table. So I'm just assuming that maybe he jumped a little too far. Maybe he didn't judge his distance properly. Hey, that's a life lesson, man. But pay attention to how your kids get hurt. If they get hurt, listen to them. Be sure to identify how and what, because there are some big factors that that take place between, do I need to go seek emergency help now, or can I wait till the doctor opens up on Mondays? Always keep first aid with you, man. Like, seriously, I'm a big supporter of that. I keep first aids in the house. I keep first aid kits in the car. When me and my son are out hiking on the trails, I keep a first aid kit in my backpack. You never know, man. You want to be able to handle situations as they arise. But ultimately, let your kids have fun. Let them have fun. Let them do what they got to do. As long as it's not going to kill them, have at it. I know growing up in the 80s and 90s, it really wasn't too much of a thing for us to get broken bones. So don't freak out over that, because your kid will still live. That's just my 2 pennies, man. Take care of yourself, take care of your kids, and let them have fun. Don't be that helicopter parent that shelters them from everything, man. You can't go outside. There's ants out there. Man, fuck them goddamn ants. Go out there and have fun. If you see them, just step on them. Before we wrap this up, I want to give my I want to give this RecreationAle, I want to give it a 9. I've been drinking it for a really long time. It's extremely easy drinking beer. You can sit outside all day long and drink this thing. It's really low on alcohol content. I want to say it's 4.7. Tell me. I know you're not. It's not telling me. But I think it is 4.7. So it's not too crazy. Oh, shoot. It's 4.2. 4.2. You're going to drink them all day. All day. Great cookout beer right here. Hasta la vista, baby.